Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a series of videos about SolidWorks scripting using Python. And in this video, we are going to talk about extrude cut, revolve cut, and at last mirror. Okay, let's begin. First, I'm going to create a new part, and then I'm going to click top plane, create a new sketch, and for example, a very simple rectangle. I'm going to create a very simple rectangle here, and I'm going to use extrude to extrude this rectangle. For example, I don't know, I'm going to use this arrow around 70 millimeters. Okay. Okay, I'm going to create a new sketch here. I'm going to create a new sketch, polygon, and create a very simple polygon in this plan. I'm going to close it. And now I'm going to use macro to understand how to create a extrude cut. I'm going to start my macro first, and then I'm going to click my sketch 4. Then I'm going to click extrude cut, and I'm going to use blind, and for example 50 millimeters I think is okay. I'm going to click OK, and at last stop the macro, save it, and open it. As you can see, we should use these codes to create a extrude cut. And as you can see, these two lines, this line and this line, is necessary. So it is very simple to create an extrude cut using scripting. I'm going to copy these two lines and paste it here. First, I'm going to run my libraries and then connect my SolidWorks to Python. Then I'm going to edit this block a little bit. I'm going to delete set, and instead of nothing, we are going to use Python com.nothing. And as you can see here, we are going to first click or select our sketch, this sketch, or maybe it's better to show it this way, this sketch. And then we are going to use feature cut 4 to create a extrude cut. Let me search for feature cut 4 in API help. It is under feature manager, and you can see a lot of arguments here. You can read them here, but I'm just going to cover this one, which will 6 arguments, which is this one, D1. So using D1, we are able to determine the depth of our extrusion. So I'm going to use, for example, 50 millimeters here. Okay. Now I'm going to test it. So I'm going to get this extrude, cut extrude I mean, and then run this block of code. And as you can see, we are able to create a extrude cut. And you can see the depth here, which is equal to 50 millimeters. And it is possible to edit this feature too, as we talk about it, how to edit extrusion or even a revolve. So you can use these previous videos to edit a feature cut 4 function. Okay, let's talk about revolve cut. We covered extrude cut, so now we should cover revolve cut. Let me delete cut extrude too. To be able to use revolve cut in scripting, we need to have access, as we talk about it in revolve video, how to create and edit a revolve video. So first I'm going to create an access, but I'm going to do it manually because we talked about it in the previous videos. You can see it up here. For that, I'm going to search access. Then I'm going to select this one and then select OK. Now I have an access called access 1. So I'm going to use this access 1 to achieve a successful revolve cut. For that, I'm going to start a macro first. Then I'm going to select my access. Then I'm going to select my sketch. And at last, I'm going to select revolve cut. And you can specify here the degree you want or direction 1 angle. And I'm going to select 360 degrees. And at last I'm going to click OK. Stop the macro, save it, and at last open it. I'm going to copy the necessary code and paste it in Visual Studio. I need these 3 lines. I'm going to create a new block, paste them here. Paste it here. I'm going to edit a little bit. And instead of nothing, we are going to say Python com dot nothing. And I'm going to copy it and paste it here too. Okay, let me see. I'm going to search for feature evolve to in API help. Let me open API help here and search for it. As you can see, with this function, we are able to create a base, boss, or cut revolve feature. So these arguments should specify which methods we are going to use. And you can see it here, for example, is cut. If we say it's true, so it will cut or use it as a cut for revolve. So we are going to pass true for is cut. And here we have the amount of the angle direction 1 we should pass. And I'm going to change it a little bit. Instead of 6.28, which is equal to 2 pi's, I'm going to say math or 2 times math pi. Okay, and as you can see, is cut is true here. Okay, let me delete this cut revolve 1 and rearrange my windows a little bit. Now I'm going to run this block of code. And as you can see, we are able to create a revolve code using Python. Okay, the last thing we are going to talk about is the mirror. So for that, I'm going to use the macro. I'm going to start a macro and I'm going to select cut revolve 2 and box extrude 1 and the top plan. Then I'm going to select mirror and at last, okay, as you can see, top plan is mirror face here. And I'm going to say okay and stop the macro, save it, and at last open it. Okay, I'm going to copy these lines and paste it in Visual Studio. Let me create a new block. I'm going to delete this one and also delete sets. And instead of nothing, I'm going to use Python com.nothing. Okay. As you can see, this script going to select cut revolve 2, box extrude 1, and at last top plan, and at the end create a mirror for us. I'm going to search for inz mirror feature in API help. It is on the feature manager and it gets 4 arguments. And you can play with these 4 arguments to reach your specific mirror. But I'm going to use false for all of them as a default. Let me delete mirror 5, rearrange my windows for the last time, and run this block. As you can see, we are now able to create a mirror. Okay guys, this is the end of the video. In this video, we talked about extrude cut, revolve cut, and at last mirror. See you guys in the next videos and goodbye.